Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I think that's how the intro goes, but I'm your host, Brian, joined your other host,
Karen.
It is all things music, not all things metal, right?
Yeah,
all right, I was really struggling there for that.
I mean, all things metal would kind of go in there too, but all things music.
It's, definitely music with a focus on metal.
Yes.
Which we're going to talk a little bit about today. Music for sure. Radio metal, I guess, because the
radio
main
rock, radio metal,
because the main topic for today is 102.9, the HOG, everything that rocks, and their festival, HOG Fest, 2026. I just call that out because it's a very generic tagline, everything that rocks.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that Laser, everything that rocks?
It is Laser.
Yeah.
Laser 103.3, everything that rocks. Which is funny because they're sister stations.
Yeah.
So they hired one PR person, marketing person to come up with one catchphrase for all their stations.
I wonder if the Minneapolis one's the same way.
I was going to say, don't they have a spot in Minneapolis too?
Yeah.
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to. I'm sure that they have an app now for that.
So they had we were walking around the venue here and they had the QR code to download the app. I ended up downloading the app the next day because Laser has one as well. And I was listening to that over Christmas a lot, the holiday break and whatnot. I did download this one Friday and started listening to it Friday as well. Very similar programming in terms of the music they're playing and whatnot on there. But I download the app. I'll probably listen to that a little bit more than probably Rock 108 or Laser.
Oh, really?
Because it is local-ish. It's closer to us than those stations are, and therefore more local news around shows coming up around us.
Oh, okay.
Is sort of my thought, but
okay.
I'll give it a shot and see what happens.
Yeah.
So that's going to be our main topic for today, but before we get there, we have a few segments we go through. The first off being the headlines. And this first headline is one that has been sort of not necessarily rumored, but I've seen articles about a few weeks ago and whatnot, but it's, it was Sharon saying, I'm in talks with Live Nation to bring back Ozfest. Well, apparently it's officially happening in 2027.
That's what everybody's reporting. I haven't seen any dates or any details around that, so it's just kind of a rumor still in a way, but...
Well, I mean, the one article I read did show Sharon basically quoting saying, yes, it is happening in 2027.
I've seen that as well.
It's going to be 2 dates in Birmingham at Aston Villa, where Back to the Beginning was, and then 2 additional dates in North America. No touring this year, because Ozfest originally was sort of a touring festival that went around the U.S., so no touring in 2027. So if we want to go to it, we'll have to figure out what city it's going to be in and maybe try to make it that way. Hopefully Chicagoland. Like, that would just be perfect.
Yeah.
But I don't know where else it would go in the U.S. I mean, there's a lot of spots to go.
I was like, L.A.,
but
anywhere besides Chicago. To
me, Chicago makes sense because it's centralized. It's a good transit hub into this, like, for people all over the place with airlines and whatnot. So to me, in my head, and I'm biased, Chicago makes perfect sense. More likely at Tinley Park or some shit like that, Bridgeview or whatnot. Anywho, depending on how the sales go and the demand is, Sharon said we would look for 2028 for doing a touring version of Ozfest again, which I don't know. When it was touring, I don't think, like Danny Wimmer had all of his festivals going on. I don't know if there were those sort of regional festivals, which there are a lot more regional festivals now that maybe came in and took the place of those traveling Ozfest stops.
But now you have like not traveling, but like the Chaos and Carnage.
Yeah.
Not Fest did their festival that was just 6 bands on a bill.
Yep.
There's things like that.
You have those weird ones, that are like, this is a festival, but it's just a really big bill for a one night show.
Long show, yeah.
Yeah. This would be, hopefully a 2-day thing next year as well, or 2 years now, 2028. Mm-hmm. I could see there being demand for it as well.
No, I think there is, even before Ozzy passed away, even before the whole Back to the Beginning thing announced and everything, everybody was saying bring back Ozfest. So it's not been a topic that nobody's been talking about.
Yeah, and like I said, you have those regional festivals right now. A lot of them are Danny Wimmer, but there's other ones out there as well. So I mean, you could hit maybe the smaller markets. Like Iowa doesn't really have a big metal festival around.
No, only Not Fest when Slipknot does theirs. But
so you could easily do one in Iowa and start bringing in some of those other smaller ones. I think you could do it as a traveling festival. I hope they do it because I would love to see this.
That's what I heard that it was going to be as a traveling festival. So I don't know.
Not this first iteration from what Sharon was saying in this article I read.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
That's not what the impression that I had. what you have highlighted here is, unlike the classic traveling format, Ozfest 2027 will not be a touring festival.
Right.
I think that's the one that was going to be in Birmingham.
And 2 dates in the U.S. as well.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She had announced that. But then 2028 and beyond, hitting the road is what she said. So
hopefully
is what it says.
They're going to wait and see what the demand is, but they're going to hopefully do that in 20. That's what I was saying is initially it's not going, next year it's not going to be. And then in 2028, the next year, whatever, I'm getting my years all fucked up, that then if the demand is good enough, then they'll hit the road.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The one thing with the articles I was seeing, when this originally started popping up and Sharon talking about it, is that she's basically like, we've been in talks with Live Nation to do this. I'm like, God damn it, don't fucking go through Live Nation. But I don't know. It is what it is.
We did a whole episode on that. I think it'll be posted a couple months after this is posted, but Live Nation is the center of everything. So it kind of makes sense.
And the trial kicked off this week, I think, didn't it?
It did, yeah. I'm having a hard time finding any details. It is a federal trial, so it's not televised or recorded. I mean, obviously there'll be transcripts once it's all done, but
it's recorded audio, isn't it? No audio either. Just transcripts.
Federal trials are not recorded, so it would just be transcripts.
The Supreme Court is audio only, isn't it? Or is the Supreme Court also not recorded?
I don't think it's recorded. It's not like the ones that I like to watch.
No, it's not like those. No, but I thought there were like a tape recording, like an audio only, not like video. Anywho, whatever.
That's like live streamed or like
not live streamed.
So that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
It's not. Sorry, maybe I should have said this differently. There will be recordings, obviously, for court records, and then the transcript is what will be available for the FOIA release.
And the audio version isn't
normally
released
not
publicly?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's just the transcripts.
I don't know shit about trials and whatnot.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not a lawyer or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure it's...
But your murder trials aren't federal typically, and you like watching those.
There's been a couple federal trials that you have to get from like a news person.
Gotcha.
But on this, I searched, I mean, granted, I didn't search that much, but I was trying to find anything. And it was all just that the district attorney is saying that Live Nation has a monopoly. And we all know that. We all know that. I want to know the details of what's happening.
So there'll be more to come there.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe we'll do a whole episode on that once the transcripts come out. So we're not paying for the transcripts. Let me tell you that, because it's going to be thousands of dollars.
For real? You have to pay for that?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So I need to find somebody who's going to release the information. Then we will dub off of their information.
We'll take the information they're taking that they paid for.
Yes.
Because it's public knowledge at that point.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. I don't know how that works. You know better than I do. So maybe we'll. That was a headline I didn't have for this episode, but it just sort of came up. I completely forgot that kicked off this week. The next headline, though, I do have is that there's going to be a new Guitar Hero style game coming out.
Oh, cool.
Called Stage Tour. This is actually being built by people who worked on Guitar Hero originally. Not the whole team, but some members of that team. It seems very Guitar Hero-esque.
Yeah, like from this picture, it looks like it is.
Yeah, same sort of style where you have the scrolling notes coming to you. They're going to have a new guitar that you can get. It's going to work with other instruments that have been used for like Guitar Hero before in the past, or Band Hero, where the fuck that one was called.
Band Hero, yeah.
Not a whole lot's been revealed about this. I don't really follow video game news all that much, but we did get Guitar Hero way back when, like Guitar Hero 2 or something.
Yeah, like 2007.
Something like that, yeah. And we played that, and we had a lot of fun playing that.
Yeah, we played it a lot.
So maybe when this comes out, we'll do that. One of the guys we met on the boat told us about a open source version of Guitar Hero. I have it saved somewhere. I don't know what the fuck it's called. But it's like there's a whole community out there adding songs and adding whatnot to it that's basically free out there for people to download and use. You just need to have the controller, and you'd like build an emulator or some shit to play it. So
yeah, that sounds easy.
it does to me. But this could be fun. This could be a lot of fun to get some new Guitar Hero stuff going. Or again, not Guitar Hero Stage Tour, but essentially Guitar Hero.
It'd be kind of fun, like if you have friends, which we do not, but have friends play, and then you have a whole band.
Yeah. Band Hero, basically.
Yeah.
We don't have the friends to do that, though.
No, that's what I just said. We don't have friends.
I know. I think a few years also before, like couple years after we got into Guitar Hero, I think there was a version where you could use like an actual guitar and it would teach you how to play like
really?
a real guitar with
never
real
heard of
strings.
that.
I thought I heard that when I was, way back when, and I knew nothing about it. I haven't followed up on that at all.
No, because the Guitar Hero just has like 5 buttons and then the little.
But this is like going down the fretboard and everything that you could do. I'll have to look into that, see if that's still a thing or not. This sort of like gamifies learning how to play guitar, which I think would be fun. It'd make me want to learn it a little bit better, but whatever. Moving along to our next headline. We have Incantation. So a few weeks ago, or maybe a week, whenever it was, they basically put a post out saying like, hey, so support for this tour when we go to venues has been very tight. I don't know like what they got in the past, but it sounds like they're not getting much in terms of like food or drinks or anything like that when they go to the shows. So they basically put a request out to their fans to say like, bring us non-perishable food, please, so we can eat on the tour. And they're sort of like, this is, we're joking, but also sort of half-heartedly not joking about this. In any case, apparently they got such a wide positive feedback from that because fans brought so much food that they're now taking that excess food and donating it to local food pantries at their stops.
So you are going there. Because I was like, I thought that was a whole joke thing about the whole bring us food thing. And then fans actually started doing it. And then they were like, oh, people are serious about this. Let's turn this into a food drive.
Yeah.
That's how I took it. Not like
the first post they had, I was reading through it and it's like, that's where it's like, it feels half joking, but also half not joking on what they're posting. Like, venues are tightening their belts a little bit. I don't know if that's like a sign that the economy is going bad or what, which I don't have much faith in.
Fuck that. Yeah, it is.
Which could be why that's happening and whatnot. But anywho, that post turned into, holy shit, we got so much food. Let's now donate this to the rest of, the food pantries around our place.
Because I did see the thing on Instagram and I never took it as, oh my God, like actually do this, like actually bring us food. And then people were, and then that's when they actually donated the food.
So we're recording this on Sunday, March 8th. There's a show tonight in California, and then on the 9th there's a show in California, and then 10th there's a show in California. So
Los Angeles and Anaheim are the next two, but this will not be posted until those are over. So the tour will be done.
But I think that's a really cool idea for them to do, and I would like to see this possibly down the road of, bands just saying like Metallica does this when they come through town and they do sort of city takeovers. They'll support food banks. They'll do little what do we call that when you community service projects around the city they're playing to help give back. This is a cool idea for a band to be like, bring some food to the concert and get like a free pick or get a discounted t-shirt or some shit, and we'll take that and give it to local food banks. I think that's a great fucking idea. I love that. When we go to the auto show, there's always a food drive there as well. Like you bring 3 food items and you get a $5 off ticket. And we learned you bring 3 fucking food items. If you bring more food.
Yeah. One time we took like 20, 30 things, like 2 whole bags full, and they were so confused.
Yeah. I mean, you go to the store and it's like, you buy soup, you get like 3 for $10, 3 for $15, or whatever the fuck it is now. I can't remember. Soup was expensive this year.
It used to be a lot cheaper. You went to the store this time, so. But yeah, I mean, you can find cheaper things.
You can, yes.
But the stores by us are not the cheapest stores, so that is part of it.
But we, you do that. You do like the 3 for X, and you'd buy a bunch of those. And we took that in, and we had a bunch more. And they're like, but you only get 2 tickets. We can only give you 2 tickets for the $5 off. Like, yes, that's fine. Take the food. Like, but you're giving us more. It's like, right, we're helping to give to the food bank. And they were so confused. Yeah. But I think this is a great idea. I love what they turned this into, and I would love to see more bands do shit like that. We'd partake for sure.
Yeah, we would. I know that logistics would probably be really hard for a touring band to do all that, but yeah, we would. I mean, if a show ever was like that, we would definitely take something with us.
The logistics would be weird. I was thinking about that too. Like, because once you get the food, you now have to have somebody take that food to the food shelter, which the shows. The food shelter's not open at 10 o'clock when you're done. Yeah. So hopefully then you find somebody local who would agree to, I'll take that food on your behalf to the next day or something.
Yeah, you would hope. Yeah.
I would volunteer to do that, even though the food shelter is in a weird spot for Chicago. There's like one centralized location.
Yeah, the Greater Food Bank is, it's like, it's in Chicago, but it's in a weird, like, what do they call those, like industrial park type things or whatever. But they distribute to a whole bunch of food banks. Like the local one to us, I think, is Pilsen.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, but their hours are weird. It's like 1 to 5.
Do they take food through that time? Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought everything had to go through that centralized location.
No.
Oh, shit. All right. Maybe not.
No.
Huh. I'll have to look into that because I'd volunteer there again. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
This next headline you brought up to me as well, but I saw it on May 6, 2026. Blood for Blood is coming to Daytona Beach.
Yeah, so you said it was in Rocklahoma.
So, yes. I got an email from Welcome to Rockville or whatever it was. Did I say Rocklahoma?
You did say Rocklahoma.
I did not. I meant Rockville when I said it, so I misspoke.
Okay.
But the email I got was basically, hey, come out a day early. We're going to kick things off with this bare knuckle fighting.
Okay.
And it's also going to be a concert because it's also not just the fighting, but a concert. So one of the main headlines or one of the main bouts for that night is going to feature Alex Terrible from Slaughter to Prevail.
Yeah. He does a lot of fights.
He does do a lot of that bare knuckle fighting. Who is he fighting? It looks like he will be fighting Cameron Delano. And like I said, this is also a concert. So you have Slaughter to Prevail playing at that concert with Black Label Society, Crowbar, and Malevolence. And again, I thought this was part of the festival, but this is like the day before, like the pre-party type shit they're doing. I guess it fits. I don't really give a shit about bare knuckle fighting. I used to like UFC and not as much of a follower of that anymore. So it kind of fits with the vibe. And especially Alex, like you said, he's been fighting for a while and training for a while. So it fits in with the whole thing. So that'd be kind of fun. For the next headline, I saw that Trent Reznor at one of the shows basically said like, hey, I don't know if we're going to be touring again after this.
Was it again or just for a while? I saw it for a while, not...
I took it as like, we might not tour again.
Oh, okay.
That's how I took sort of when I was reading about this kind of stuff and seeing stuff about this.
Okay.
He's busy with his like doing scores for TV and movie. I know that was like a whole thing he's been doing for several years. I don't think the only reason they got back together is 9 Inch Nails, but they got the album for Tron. So maybe that's why they came back for the album and then the next tour to support that a little bit. But maybe not doing another 9 Inch Nails tour, which they put on a really, really, really good show. And I'd love to see them again. So if they don't tour again, that's a little disappointing to me. But I did get to see them a couple times. So I'm happy I did get to see them live.
Yeah.
Also, a few weeks ago, we talked about Twisted Sister sort of canceling their shows, and then sort of Dean Snyder basically being like, hey, for health reasons, I need to step aside. Well, Twisted Sister announced that they got a new frontman, Sebastian Bach, from Skid Row, who's going to be filling in for those dates. A part of me is like, Twisted Sister to me is Dean Snyder. It's kind of weird to think of the band without him, but, he's not the only one in the band for sure. He's just always been sort of the face of it for me personally. I'm not the biggest Twisted Sister fan, but I do like them. I would go to see this live. I'd even see it with Sebastian Bach. I think it'd be fun. So hopefully this works out good for them, and then they come back maybe 2027 and do a small little tour with Sebastian Bach, and maybe we can see some version of Twisted Sister. I would actually enjoy that.
Yeah.
Just a couple left here. This next one is around AI. Apparently Apple Music is adding tags to their platform to let people know if the song they're listening to has any AI components to it. I think they're doing the same thing for like videos, like a music video. If you're watching that, they'll say like, this has AI content. If there's AI used in the lyrics, it will say like, this is AI. From reading the article, the thing that I'm sort of gathering is this is at the time going to be a self-imposed adding tags, like you as the person uploading.
So nobody's going to do it.
Add it yourself. I don't know if it's going to be mandatory that you have to do it, but it could be down the road.
Yeah.
I think they're just basically adding in the framework to add these ability to tag things. And then as time goes on, they'll start to enforce it more and more and more, I think.
That makes sense.
That's cool. I do like that they're going to start tagging things, or you will start seeing tags of this is AI, because I personally have a huge aversion to AI. I fucking hate it. I will not listen to it if I don't have to. So if I see something without AI, I'm not going to listen to it, which again, that would give somebody a reason not to put that tag on theirs.
Yeah. And I think you just said if I saw something without AI, but I think you mean with AI.
Yes, with AI.
Yes.
So I don't know. It's a good positive. I would like them to say like no AI videos, like Bandcamp. Yeah. Instead of being like, well, we'll allow it. But so I don't know. Hopefully it. And our final news article for this week is Godflesh is no longer going to be playing live due to health concerns and health reasons. Okay. Not Godfish, Godflesh.
You said Godflesh.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
Not super familiar with them. Kind of disappointing. Not disappointing. I mean, I like seeing bands, especially ones I just discover. So if they ever came through, I'd be like, oh shit, let's go check this out. But I won't get that opportunity. So yeah, no more live performances from them. But they have their final record written, and they're hoping to record that and get that produced later this year as well. Which I think is a good segue into our next segment, which is In the Studios. Okay. Bands who are announcing new music that's coming out in the coming months, weeks, and years even. Years.
Awesome.
Or year. 2 years? Years? I don't know. Whatever. And like last week, I'm going to do this in chronological order. Okay. So hopefully this flows good. But Steve Blanco from Imperial Triumphant, a band we just sort of discovered not too long ago because we did a 666 for the logo name game. And I'm pretty sure they were one of the logos that we loved.
Okay.
So I haven't posted that yet. That might be tomorrow's 666 that I add up there. So that kind of coincides. But in any case, Steve is releasing his sort of solo side project thingy, whatnot, called Shadow Arc Suite. This comes out March 10th. So this will be posted after this comes out. But it's sort of a pianist composition. I don't know if it's going to be necessarily metal, but it's going to be sort of just a weird sort of side project thingy that he's doing. I will definitely be checking this out. It sounds pretty cool. I want to check out that band anyway, but the fact that it's going to be very heavy in terms of what I'm anticipating being like a classical vibe or like a very dark, doomy sort of classical take to it. At least when I hear about this is what's in my head. So I'm kind of excited for this.
Okay.
But that will be out, I think, on Bandcamp. You can do pre-orders now, but like I said, that's going to be available before this show even goes up. Maybe that will be the new music next week that I listen to. Then after that, on May 1st, we have a couple of albums. The first one is from Spell with Wretched Heart. And then Venom Into Oblivion on May 1st. Venom has a new single out, Lay Down Your Soul. I'm going to get this next name wrong, but I think it's Teldom,
maybe.
But their new record comes out May 29th and is By the Word. After that, on May 8th, we have Yulth Era. I think that's how it is. But it's Gone with the Devil. This is a Hellenic black metal band. I don't know what Hellenic means other than possibly being like a region, maybe. I don't know. But that alone, Hellenic black metal, is super intriguing to me, and I want to fucking check this out for sure.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
And then looking further ahead, we have Raunchy with their new album coming out on Mighty Music. It should be out sometime this summer, I believe. There's no official date, but this is their first album in 12 years. No clue who this band is, but kind of cool that they're still kicking and making new music after 12 years, coming back. And then Unearth has new music coming out as well. Apparently they re-signed with Metal Blade Record, which is where they originally started. Yeah. But they're expecting new music out in 2027. So that was the years in the future, really 1 year. Yeah. But yeah, that is the new music that's been announced. New music that came out this week that I listened to. I don't know if you listened to much new music this week.
No, there's a murder trial going on. So.
But the first one was Ghost Notes by Nervosa. I remember listening to this and really, really liking it. I don't remember a whole lot about it, honestly. It's been a few days since I've listened to it. I just remember like, ooh, I do like this quite a bit. I need to check out more of this band because I haven't seen them or heard of them before in the past.
Nervosa?
Yeah. Have you heard of them?
Yeah. Haven't we seen them?
Have we? I don't think so. I mean, maybe.
I feel like it was at like a Milwaukee Metal Fest or something. Maybe not. Maybe
in passing at a festival or something.
Yeah, maybe not. I know the name though.
Huh.
Yeah.
I checked out the song. I did like it. Again, I don't remember a whole lot about that, but it was fun. And then on March 6th, so a couple days ago, Blackbird had released a new one. Nocturnal Womb It's his new EP. He's an indigenous black metal artist. It's very black metal. I was yeah. Well, I was anticipating more like tribal music in the background and whatnot. Okay. I didn't get much of that because everything I look at, it's everything everybody ever says is indigenous black metal, and maybe there's some indigenous aspects in the lyrics that he's singing. I don't fucking understand the lyrics. I don't know. I don't pick up much of it in like the music elements and whatnot, with the exception of like the acoustic tracks or the instrumental tracks, which the last track on this EP was an instrumental and it was fucking awesome. I loved it. Everything else was good, but it's black metal. It sounds like black metal. It's what you would expect for black metal. But that acoustic track on this last album was fucking great. I loved it so much. But that is the new music I listened to this week. Just a couple things. Been busy reading books and whatnot for my upcoming book club, so haven't been listening to much music, unfortunately. We do, though, have a few items on the merch table we need to go check out.
This is interesting. I don't know anything about this, but
the Prada shirt.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Would you buy a metal Prada shirt?
No.
I think Prada has released, or other high-end brands have released, like Metallica shirts and other shit like that in the past. I put this title in there so you wouldn't know what it was about, but it's actually The Devil Wears Prada and Dying Wish have a collaborative anti-ice shirt out there.
Then that's fine. Like, seeing Prada shirt on what you put on the little thing, I was just like, so what, like, rich posers are going to, like, I don't know. It always goes back to the whole Real Housewives thing, wearing a Metallica shirt, and like the reason Andy Cohen's like, oh, what's your favorite song? And she's like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
I love that, like a little Italian accent.
Well, it wasn't an Italian accent, but
no, I actually put that up there as Prada shirt to try to get that reaction from you. Okay. So it was all sort of a bait and switch type thing. It worked. It worked the way I wanted it to. But no, like I said, it is The Devil Wears Prada and Dying Wish putting out an anti-ice shirt that you can go and purchase. The next merch item I wanted to bring up. So a few weeks ago during the upcoming concerts or concert calendar that we talked about, Black Label Society did a listen party for their new album out in LA. Metal Injection did it with them. We couldn't go to it or anything like that because obviously we were not in LA.
I didn't even know about it. We had that in our episode?
Yeah, we talked about it. Okay. Like there was no venue announced. You had to like sign up.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I remember that.
Right. You had to like sign up for it and whatnot. Yeah. Well, in honor of that show, they now have a limited edition poster. Only 100 of them out there that you can buy from that event. It's an 18 by 24 poster, all that fun shit. As of this recording, it's still available on Metal Injection's website. They're $50 in standard poster printing. I'm not a fan of getting posters that you didn't go to the show.
Yeah, we don't do that. Yeah,
it's really weird to me to think that this wasn't at the show, unless this is the leftovers from the show that was sort of announced. But then again, I mean, Lamb of God did that a few years back. They had that huge tour they did with a massive fucking Choose Your Own Adventure tour. And we saw it at Aragon Ballroom. After that was announced, Knotfest, the website, released a limited edition, I think 100 posters like this, that were released all signed by all of the bands, not just Lamb of God. But again, that was after the show. I don't know. So
interesting.
It is a kind of a cool little poster. We were at that show, I definitely would have ended up buying that. But we weren't. And yeah, if you're interested, it's out there on Metal Injection. And that wraps up all our topics. No Cemetery Gates this week, but
that's good.
A lot of news that we burnt through. And I guess now let's get into our main topic, which again is 102.9, the HOG Fest 2026. So HOG Fest is an annual concert that the radio station 102.3 or 9, the HOG, Everything That Rocks, puts on every year up in Milwaukee. We went to the very first one.
We did.
We went to the very second one, and we took a couple years off.
Yeah.
And this is the fifth one. It's bounced around when the timing of these festivals or this show was.
Because the first one's like the first weekend in May. For the first 2 years, I think it was the first weekend in May. And
because I think the first year was not Disturbed. The first year was Godsmack.
Yeah.
And then Disturbed. And it was on Friday, May the 4th.
Yeah.
Because they came out wearing like whatever.
Yeah.
So like I said, we've missed the last couple of years, but I'm glad we got to go back and see this one because it was 3 Days Grace, I Prevail, Sleep Theory, and The Funeral Portrait. All the bands we had actually seen before.
Oh yeah, multiple times. Well, I Prevail only once before, but
Sleep Theory only once before.
Oh, Sleep Theory was only once, yeah.
The Funeral Portrait only once before.
3 Days Grace we've seen
A fuck ton. So I was actually really, really looking forward to this show. Tickets for this were fucking pricey. We ended up buying floor tickets for $114.50 with $37.80 in fees and $11.65 in tax.
That's a lot of money.
This
not
was
worth it.
33% fee rates.
Yeah. That's not worth it to me.
Yeah,
It
was very, very expensive. I was happy to go back up to Milwaukee for this. I love seeing shows in Milwaukee. It's a fun town. I was super excited for 3 Days Grace. I really love their shows. We saw them last year on tour with Disturbed, but that was as an opener, so it was a bridged set. I was excited to see a full set from them, but this was fucking pricey. This is the most we ever paid for a 3 Days Grace show.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
And another reason I like to keep these numbers in the spreadsheet is that we can go back and look. So I think the last HOG Fest we went to, like I said, was in 2023, May the 4th, actually a Thursday. We paid $75 for that. That's what I would kind of expect, but $25 raise and $30. $40 bucks.
$40 difference.
Over the course of 2 years, that seems steep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was also a split floor. The floor was much larger than it has been in past years. They've done the split floor.
Like one section of chairs.
Yeah. I don't know. It was at Pfizer Firm, like I said. I guess let's just dive into the music, and there's nothing much more to say about HOG Fest other than getting into the music and the acts now, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
And like I said, we started with The Funeral Portrait. And their set was what, Karen?
Mad World, Generation Cycle, Blood Mother, Voodoo Doll, Holy Water, Stay Weird, Dark Thoughts, and they ended with Suffocate City. And we saw Funeral Portrait with Marilyn Manson, right?
I was trying to think when that was. It was Marilyn Manson.
Rob Zombie?
No, I think it was Five Finger.
Okay.
And Slaughter to Prevail.
Okay.
Like that was a weird fucking show to have them at that. Like that, they don't fit into that lineup at all.
No, not really, because it's more rocky, country-ish. I thought they sounded very country the first time we saw them, and I think it was just the vocals sound country to me the first time we saw them.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think as well. Like we've done a whole episode on this, and we can go back and listen to see what we actually said. And I'm wondering if I said like they were fine, they would have been better, with like a 3 Days Grace type show. Yeah. Like they fit right into that vibe. I kind of want to go back and listen to see if that's what I said, because they do fit really well into that radio rock, radio metal sort of vibe.
Yeah, this show, it was kind of perfect knowing that 3 Days Grace was coming up, because it just fits very well into it.
Have you listened to them since that show?
I mean, a couple songs have come up on, like, when we listen to the playlist or whatever from a couple years ago, but that's it. I haven't sought them out.
They have like one song, I don't know what one it was.
Holy Water?
Maybe Holy Water, maybe Darker Thoughts.
Yeah.
It's one of those two songs, but it's on the radio quite a bit.
Oh,
so
really?
Like in the morning when I'm getting ready, I'll listen to those radio apps, like I said, and they'll pop up on that every now and then. So that's really the only time I've listened to it. I wasn't looking forward to their set, honestly, going into it.
I mean, I wasn't either, but I was really only looking forward to seeing I Prevail, honestly. I mean, 3 Days Grace is fine, but it's like we've seen 3 Days Grace a lot. So it was more like...
The only thing I remember about The Funeral Portrait was the green hair from the lead singer.
Oh,
like that's the only thing I remember from that last show.
Yeah.
At like leading up to this one, but seeing them perform on this show, I really liked them. I really liked their set a lot.
They do really well at performing, and this stage was kind of like a straight across with a little jet out. And I think, well, the bassist and the vocalist, sorry, I don't know their names, but they did a really, really good job of working the stage.
Yes.
The guitarists, the two guitarists, and obviously the drummer had to kind of stay put because, well, the drummer obviously, but the two guitarists had vocal parts, so they had to be by their mic. But I think they did a really good job of working the stage and moving around a lot and working to the whole crowd and not just the people in front of them, a young, I mean, they are young. I don't know how old they are, but they look really young.
Well, they look old compared to Sleep Theory, which we'll talk about here in a second. But yeah, they're still young kids for sure.
But yes, yes, that is true. I have a comment on that too. But I don't know, for a young band, they did a really, really good job of working the arena show. So
100% agreed.
Yeah. And they've done a lot of, I know that they've done tours since we've seen them.
They just sort of fell off my radar since that show. And like I said, I want to go back and look and be like, they'd be perfect with 3 Days Grace if I said something like that, because they were perfect with 3 Days Grace.
They definitely did not work with, because I think it was them, then Slaughter, then Maryland, then Five Finger, if I remember right.
I think so, yeah.
And it just didn't vibe all the way.
Those other 3 bands are so much heavier, so much darker.
Yeah. I remember just walking around because I was like, just bring Slaughter out.
Yes.
Like, sorry, I say Slaughter. There's a band called Slaughter. But Slaughter to Prevail.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I was just kind of like walking around like, come on, like I'm done after 3 songs. And this time I was not that way. After I was engaged.
Yeah. Did you catch the mishap on stage?
Where he almost fell?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like trying to jump up onto the riser and almost fell.
Yeah, so the riser on stage left, I think it was. Apparently it's on wheels, and one of the wheels got loose or something, so he jumped up on it and it jutted, like it moved, and he almost fell over. And then he like looks down on it, looks off stage, like, that's just not supposed to happen or something like that. He seemed pissed about it, but also more pissed of like, oh my God, I almost got hurt type thing.
Oh, I didn't. I saw it as a joke.
Oh,
like,
really?
No, I didn't see him as getting pissed, but more like, holy shit, that just happened. And
maybe that's what it was. Maybe he wasn't pissed, and more like not startled even, but just like, holy fuck.
Yeah, but one of the stagehands did come out and got down and
they fixed
something.
it.
Yeah. I'm assuming it was just a wheel, like a lock or something.
I assume
wasn't
so
locked.
Too. Yeah. He came out, looked under, and then he had to go back to get like another dude to come out with like a tool or something and get under and like tighten something up real quick. In any case, though, I was really, really impressed with their set.
Yeah, they did a really, really good job.
Much better than I remember.
Yeah, same.
But
again, it could just be the genre. I mean, I'm saying genre. They're all
the
metal,
bands on the bill.
The bands on the bill, it fit much better.
Yeah. And like we said that before, we've seen bands where we saw them once and didn't like them the first time, and then we see them again, like, holy shit, they were a lot better than I remember. This definitely falls in that category of like, holy shit, that was a really, really good set. I like that a lot. Fucking awesome. I'm really excited to see these guys again now, honestly, because of that set. So I'll be keeping an eye out for them for sure.
I think that they would be really good on us. This is going way too far on the country side of things, but like with a native howl or something like that.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. I still get that country vibe. Or
I didn't get that at all.
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to it now, see if I can pick up some of that twanginess.
They're from Atlanta.
Yep.
But I'm wondering if Atlanta's just like a big city and they're really from like outside Georgia or something. I don't know. They just have that like Southern country vibe. I don't know.
Yeah. No. Maybe. I'll keep my ears open a little bit, I guess, and see what I can hear. But yeah, that's really all I have to say for them. Fucking awesome band. But that does lead us into Sleep Theory, I guess.
Yeah. One more comment on the country thing.
Oh yeah.
I do think like Shine Down and sometimes 3 Days Grace and stuff sounds country in a way.
Shine Down for sure.
Yeah.
Shine Down has a good country root to them.
Not like country as in like...
It's like that rock country.
Yeah, rock country.
Like the mid 2000s kind of country we got. It kind of went away from that twanginess and kind of went to like a rocky vibe.
Yeah. So that's where I'm kind of going with the Funeral Portrait. So, okay. Anyways, Sleep Theory.
Sleep Theory
I'm done talking about Funeral Portrait and country.
So yeah, what was their set list?
Fallout, Parasite, Gone or Staying, Can You Stand the Rain, Gravity, Words Are Worthless, Stuck in My Head, Numb, and Static.
The crowd seemed to be really into them.
Yeah.
I wasn't really into them. We saw them, like, again, we've seen all these bands at least once. We saw them with, was it Nothing More and Wage War?
Yeah, up in Green Bay.
In Green Bay, right.
Yeah, on that tour.
And again, another show we did a podcast on. I kind of want to go back and watch to see what I said there.
We didn't do a podcast. Oh, no, we did it was a 3-band podcast because it was the
Midwest. No, it was the
Metalcore Death Trip. Yeah.
No, yeah. Was it Metalcore Death Trip?
Yeah,
or
Metalcore
Death Metalcore Trip, something like that. Because it was a play on my thought with the title was the play on the Wheel of Fortune game where you have to like use the 3 words. So they have Death Metal Core for death metal and then Metalcore Trip or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anywho, it was those 2 shows we saw.
Yeah. And Sleep Theory was the first band that came out for that show. This time that they're the second band, but I was so excited to see them because at that point I had watched a lot on Instagram of their music, and I was really into it.
Back then or tonight?
Back then.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then when they came out for that show, the sound in that venue was just so horrible for them and for Nothing More, I thought.
Yeah.
And Veil Maya, I think, was the other
band. Were they there too?
Yeah, they were there too.
I don't remember that. All right.
So it was just, the sound was just so horrible, and I never listened to them again. Like, I know that sounds so horrible, but I just stopped listening to them.
So I guess then what were your thoughts this night?
I mean, the sound was much better, but I don't know the music because I stopped listening to them.
Gotcha. Well, you've also gone a lot harder down,
heavier,
like death metal or deathcore.
Deathcore more, yeah, death metal and deathcore, yeah. Than
you were back then.
Than this, yeah. This is very metalcore, like emo metalcore.
Yeah, and like I said, I want to go back possibly and listen to that episode as well to see what I said about them. If they, I can see myself trying to be funny and being like, they kind of put me to sleep, which is their name. They Sleep Theory, and I got put to sleep with how slow and boring the songs were. Which again, the songs were slow, not necessarily boring, but the tempo was just so much different than the Funeral Portrait. Like the Funeral Portrait got us like the energy up, and these guys came out and it was like ballad after ballad after ballad.
Yeah, their music is definitely that way. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm
very melodic,
done.
very yeah.
I want some more up-tempo shit. Like this is just putting me to sleep again.
Yeah, I did see that a lot of people were singing, a lot of people were enjoying it, and that sort of thing, which is great. I think they are a radio rock band.
I would say so.
Yeah, they're definitely on the radio. There was one thing that he kept saying, because they did just come off of a headlining Europe tour.
Oh, he did say that a lot, yeah.
And he said that so much. Like, in Europe, they sang this song really loud. And it's like, dude, you're not in Flames.
Well, yeah, no, I was going to say the same thing. In Flames does that as well.
Yes.
Like, I thought this was the U.S. Thought you were loud.
Yeah.
It was his way to do the same thing, I think.
It was. But I'm like, you're on a headlining tour. People were coming to see you.
Yeah.
Now you're the second opener, which I think they should have been the first opener, but that's my own opinion.
But to be fair, we've only seen a handful of shows in Europe. The crowds are different.
Are much better.
I think they're better as well, but they're louder, they're more engaged.
Yeah.
Where here you have a lot of chatter if you're not the headliner. Yeah. And even if you're the headliner, you still have some chatter. So
it wasn't necessarily the best. It was a good performance, but I wasn't engaged in it, if that makes sense.
No, I agree. I was not engaged as well. The music isn't bad. Don't get me wrong. The music is good. I do like the music. It's just it did not fit the vibe I wanted. The Funeral Portrait, like I said, they had a stronger, more energy, I felt like, from them.
So you think if it went Sleep Theory, Funeral Portrait, I Prevail, 3 Days Grace? Like,
I think the bill should have been that way, personally. Yeah. That's what I would have done. I mean, they played about the same set length, 40 minutes or so, 30, 40 minutes and whatnot. Yeah. Like we said, also just fucking children coming out on stage.
So that was going to be one of my thoughts, was the guitarist, I think. I remember seeing him in Green Bay, which would have been two years ago. Yeah, because that was in May. So it was almost exactly 2 years ago. And he looked like a baby. He looked like he was 16. I mean, he could have been, I don't know how old he was. But this time, he is young. I mean, they're still really young, but...
He still got his baby face on, I think.
I think he looked a little older this time.
The guitar, or the drummer and the lead singer were the only ones that looked older to me.
Oh, see, I think the drummer looks
the
really young,
bassist and the guitarist were like, they were fucking babies in my mind.
Yeah, they are very young.
And it's not to knock them. Like, new music has to come from the youth. Yeah. And the youth has to, like, make good music and stick around, because the youth here, they're important. But they were fucking babies in my mind.
It's just going to get worse as we get older and new bands come on. So
I can already see it in my eyes when I see people like, there's no fucking way all the fucking girls at this show who were like drinking and had tattoos all over them. Like, there's no fucking way you're 21. What the fuck? You're not even fucking 18. How do you have tattoos? Like, you're not that old. But no, I'm getting older and it's not good. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Anywho, a solid set. It really was. I wasn't into it. And like you said, so many people were singing along and having a good time. Yeah. And that's awesome to see. It really is.
And
it's just, it wasn't for me.
And it's definitely that type of music where singing is capable because it's not like death lyrics or anything like that. It's very melodic. So.
Yeah. Very ballady.
Yes. I think when you say ballad and I say melodic, we're talking the same thing.
Yeah. That could be very well.
Let's talk about I Prevail, though.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's just do that. So another band we have seen once. I don't remember seeing them, but you tell me I did.
Yeah, so we saw them at Incarceration right after we did the not funeral, the prison tour. So, and I remember they were on stage when we came out, and I remember being like, if it would have taken us 5 more minutes, like we would have missed them completely. Well, not completely, but yeah, missed more of their set. So they played NWO, Bow Down, Self-Destruction, There's Fear in Letting Go, Violent Nature, Into Hell, Bad Things, Sad But True, which is a Metallica cover.
Yeah.
One verse of that, I think, if I remember right. That's what they played.
Yeah, I don't remember. It wasn't the whole song, but they did play Sad But True.
Rain. Then there was a drum solo. God, Hurricane, and they ended with Gasoline.
I don't remember seeing them. I haven't really listened to their music. The crowd was really into them again. Like, the crowd was into all the bands all night.
This is finally when the crowd like opened up and was moving and stuff
finally
like that.
A pit that did happen.
Yeah, but I mean, Funeral Portrait is more of like dancing music.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then Sleep Theory. There's no way that crowd's opening up for Sleep Theory. I mean, I guess you could, but that'd be interesting. But yeah. I Prevail definitely is the harder of the 4 bands of the night.
I would say they were the hardest, the heaviest band for sure.
Yeah. Kind of reminded me of going to HOG Fest 2024 and 2023, excuse me. And it was Disturbed, not Breaking Benjamin, Disturbed, Beartooth, and Dorothy. And then Falling in Reverse was supposed to be there, but he just didn't show up.
Right.
Like there was no announcement, no nothing. He just didn't show up.
Right.
So, but it was like Dorothy, which is like rock.
I'd call her rock. Yeah.
And then Beartooth is heavier, heavy, fast, like music. And then Disturbed is Disturbed. So.
Yeah. I did like their set. Their set was really good. Like you said, the energy was there. The crowd started to open up as well. Like you said, I really, really enjoyed their set. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. They put on a really, really good show.
I even enjoyed the crowd banter and like the little jokes in between. You said that got old for you a little quick.
The guy, I call them guy jokes, but it's like talking about sex or talking about farting or talking about, I don't know. I'm just like, you don't need it.
Yeah. Some of those were that way. I don't know. I enjoyed it. Typically, I do not find that shit funny and kind of annoying, but this one is like, oh shit, that was kind of funny and a good vibe. I was not expecting that banter from you all. But I'm unfamiliar with them, so now I kind of expect it. I wonder if they're going to be the same jokes the next time we see them, which
probably
could be. I could see that being because I mean, 3 Days Grace has the same intro for all. This place really feels like home. And they're going to home.
Yeah, I didn't feel like they did as many of those this time. Just the Mountain and Home are the only 2 I remember.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because otherwise, I mean, the last 5 years that we've seen them, it's like every single set was exactly the same. So.
But back to I Prevail.
Yes.
You were excited to see them?
Yeah, I really like. Well, so I told you that I knew one song.
Yes.
But I was more meaning I can name one song.
Because as soon as like the second song comes on, Bow Down, you're sitting there singing it and you're happy.
Yeah.
And then there's a time later, maybe like Hurricane or...
Well, Violent Nature, I know.
Violent Nature, that's what it was.
I know. Hurricane and Gasoline.
And it's like, you're singing a lot more of these songs. What the fuck's going on here?
Sad But True, I know.
You do know Sad But True, yes.
I just say come away from it and tell you like, well, you knew one song.
Yeah, so. I did know that one song. They had Pyro as well. I sent you a thing on Instagram a while ago because their like media guy showed him like how he does video for the Pyro and goes through there. And when we get there to see this show, you're like, oh yeah, I Prevail. There's gonna be Pyro, and you knew the stage was gonna be set up this way because you just sent me that video.
Yeah.
And I was like, I did? What the fuck are you talking about? And I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Cool stage presence, really good interacting with the crowd, the Pyro and everything. The songs, I wasn't familiar with them, but I really liked the songs.
Yeah.
Not like super, super heavy, but definitely like a metalcore that I would
Oh yeah, it's definitely metalcore, but it's on the heavier side of metalcore. So It's more like the Wage War side and not Bad Omen side.
Right. Not the Sleep Theory side.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
They're a band I'm super excited to see again.
Yeah,
honestly.
So up until Incarceration last year, I wanted to see them so bad, but like they were touring. So they had a show out in Toyota Park, or what's it called now? SeatGeek Stadium or whatever.
Whatever it is, yeah.
I still call it Toyota Park, but in Bridgeview. But it was like they were like part of like a day festival thing, and the price for the tickets was outrageous for me to go see one band and be like, I don't even know the other bands.
Because you didn't care about the other bands.
No, because they weren't like metal at all. They were like poppy bands or pop bands or whatever. And I'm like, no. And then they did tours with like Stained.
Right.
And stuff. And I'm just like,
when they came to HOG Fest. Because all of these bands also, not only did we see all these bands before, all these bands played HOG Fest before. And I think that Stained tour is when they played HOG Fest before.
Yes, that is true. And they're on tour. I mean, they're on tour right now. They're calling it a HOG Fest, but
yeah,
this is the tour.
The tour for 3 Days Grace is
you put HOG Fest.
Alienation tour. With their new album, I believe this is the same title.
Yes, yeah.
But HOG Fest was just sort of the one stop that they came out and did.
Yeah. So but anyways, so I had wanted to see I Prevail for so long, and then we finally saw them at Incarceration, part of their set, or like half of their set or whatever, and then seeing them here like as a full set, like on the floor next to the stage, was really, really fun.
And how did you discover these guys? How did they get so big? Because you were telling me this. I don't know if a lot of people don't necessarily know the story for them.
Well, how I found them was they were on a playlist on Spotify, but
I was talking more of the In the Closet cover.
Oh, so they did a cover for Taylor Swift song.
And posted that on like Instagram or some shit.
Well, they posted
TikTok
it.
Or some shit.
Yeah, and it blew up.
And you played that for your niece.
Yes, I did.
Who knows like all the words to all the Taylor Swift songs. And she was such a huge fan of that song.
Yeah. Well, she was like, they can't do that. They can't play her song. I'm like, it's called covering a song. Yes, they can.
So when I said she's a huge fan of the song, I was obviously joking.
Yeah. Oh,
She was
she's
not
a huge
fan of that cover of the Taylor Swift song.
She's a huge fan of Taylor Swift, but not necessarily that somebody else was playing it. But I can't remember what the song's called now.
Did they play it at Incarceration?
No. Maybe. Did they?
I don't know.
I don't
know
think
their
so.
shit that well.
I don't think so. Hold on. Blank Space is the Taylor Swift song that they covered. So I don't know Taylor Swift songs at all. So.
But in any case, awesome band. I was really happy with it. I want to see them again for sure.
I want to see them as a headlining set. I think that would be fun.
That would be fun.
So, yeah.
But that takes us then to our actual headliner, 3 Days Grace.
3 Days Grace. 3 Days Grace.
Why don't you go ahead and read off their set for us, which is quite long.
Yeah, they played a lot. So they start with Dominate, Animal I Become, So-Called Life, Break, Home, The Mountain, Pain, Kill Me Fast, I Hate Everything About You, Apologies, Time of Dying, Don't Want to Go Home Tonight. Then they had a 3-part acoustic set of Get Out Alive, Chalk Outline, Porn Star Dancing, which is like, I think they blended those two songs together, if I remember right.
And I don't think Porn Star Dancing is even their song.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's a Theory of a Dead Man song.
I think you're right, yeah. And the end of the acoustic set was Lifetime. And then they played Here Without You, I Am Machine, Just Like You, Mayday, The Good Life, Painkiller, Never Too Late, and they ended with Riot. And Here Without You is a Three Doors Down cover, excuse me.
Yeah, I did not pick up on that, I don't think. Wait, maybe I did. I don't remember.
But they played a really, really long set.
23 tracks, 2 hours or so.
Yeah. Like I have seen them a lot. I mean, we talk about 3 Days Grace all the time. They're kind of one of your favorite bands right now.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. I really, really do like 3 Days Grace. It took a long ass time for them to grow on me. In high school, when a bunch of these like popular songs came out, I was like, fuck these guys, this sucks. It's on the radio. I want to hear fucking Lamb of God. I want to hear Slipknot. That's the kind of shit I wanted to hear. Where it's taken many, many years and many, many times seeing them live, because they toured all the fucking time, opening for fucking everyone the last 5 years, that I was like, fuck it. I don't care. They're fun. I like their shit. This is fun. It's not heavy, hard music like Lamb of God or Slipknot, But it's fun. I go, I sing, I have fun. I'm smiling. The crowd's singing and having fun. The crowd was so fucking loud singing a lot of these songs.
Yeah.
It
I
was
have at the
awesome.
time, like, the crowd was louder than the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which
Especially
is fun
early
to
in
see.
the set.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is fun to see. So,
But yeah, like you said, they're one of my favorite bands now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Took a long time, but they're up there now. I like them a lot.
yeah. But there is a lot of, so I have to be honest, I have not listened to the new album. I don't really care to search out the new stuff. I like the normal, I'm going to say normal songs, but the older songs that we know and stuff like that. So a lot of these songs that they like sprinkled in there, I didn't know them.
Really? I don't think there was a whole lot. I mean, there was definitely some stuff off the new album. Mayday's the big one that's off the new album.
Yeah, I remember that from the last tour that they did.
But like
Isn't Apologies from the new album?
Is it? It might be.
There was like 4 songs, I think.
Dominate is off the new one.
Apologies.
Mayday.
So maybe those are the only 3.
Maybe.
Yeah. Don't want to go home tonight is new. That they actually talked about that song that they like dedicated to their hometown in Canada. I can't remember what it's called. But it was basically, I mean, and then the whole background was pictures of them as kids and like teenagers hanging out together in high school and playing when they were young and stuff.
And then newer photos as well with Adam on there as well.
Yeah, and I think
sorry, not Adam, Matt. Matt's the new singer, but they were included photos with him once he joined the band too.
And then I think one of their cousins came out to play.
Oh, is he the
bass.
bassist?
Yeah, so he was the bassist for Saint Antonia. And he came out to play guitar, I think, not bassist. Well, he is a bassist for Saint Antonia, but he came out and played guitar, I believe, if I remember right.
I wonder if he was in the band originally. I don't know the history of 3 Days Grace that well.
I don't know the history.
There was a guy later in the night who came up and told me a lot about the history. I didn't really hear what he was saying. I was trying to listen to the music, and I just let him have his fun. He seemed a little oversold,
indulging.
He consumed a little too much.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there that night that consumed a lot.
I don't remember being to a show and seeing that many people that drunk. There was a guy who was stumbling, and I had to help him catch his balance before he continued to walk off with other help. But he's like, "Oh, thanks for catching me," and we fist bumped me on the way back to the hotel. There was a woman walking and throwing up as she walked.
I just don't. Yeah, I'm just hoping that people had DDs and stuff that night because
like I said, I've seen people get drunk at shows. I've been a while since I've seen this many people at a show get drunk to that extent. I mean, I've been there. I've done that as well. But yeah, I don't know.
Anyways,
it was a good time. People were having fun.
People were having fun. Yeah. Maybe they took Friday off and they were starting their weekend off early or something.
Maybe.
We don't really do that. We don't necessarily take the next day off after a show. We just work through it. But
yeah. Back to the set, I guess, a little bit. I was just gonna say, I've said this before. Mayday and Animal I Become have like that same intro to the beginning.
Oh yeah,
I think it's Animal I Become, but it's basically the same intro. Yeah, and I always get confused, like what the fuck's going on here, and it kind of throws me off a little bit. I'm kind of like, I don't like that, but at the same time, like, it's a good track. I do like Mayday. I do like Animal I Become. It works good, I guess.
Yeah, they've always done the acoustic part, even when they're openers. They normally
have
do like,
they? Yeah. I don't remember that from them as an opener. The acoustic part that they did this night reminded me a lot of the Denver show, because I remember them bringing stools out during that headlining show and doing an acoustic part.
Don't they always do acoustic during the show?
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
I remember it back in like 2018, 2019 when we saw them out at Allstate Arena, I think. I remember the acoustic part.
Really? I don't remember that. Like I said, I remember it from Denver, which was the final show of that tour. Yeah. And they were fucking wasted on the stage. I remember that.
Yeah, you hated them that night.
I did. That was, again, like our second time seeing them, or third time seeing them within a year. And I was like, fuck this. This is stupid. I hate this. It was after that show that it started like, fuck it. You know what? I had fun. It was a good show. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. You weren't showing it that night, though.
I was not showing it that night,
but it made me mad that you were having such a horrible time. Sorry, I got really thrown off by that. The acoustic set this night was really, really cool because they like bring out a fake fire, and then I think they have fans on the stage, but they have like camp chairs and like some hay bales or something that they sat on. I don't know. I couldn't really tell what that was.
They were like the old school lawn chairs that like fold up in half is what they were sitting on.
Oh, on both sides?
I think so.
Oh, because I thought on the other side it looked like it was like either like a wooden,
maybe it was
either a log or like a hay bale or something.
I remember them bringing out those foldable wood like camping chairs like we had as kids. I remember seeing that and like just thinking in my head like, oh, those are old school chairs. Like, can you still buy those? Apparently, but yeah, that's all I was fixated on were those chairs. So there could have been those benches or hay bales or some shit out there you saw.
Okay. But yeah, then they did their acoustic set.
The background was sort of a starry sky as well. That was really cool. The guy who was talking to me and telling me the history of the band later on in the night, I think he told me they were the parents of like Adam or something on one side.
The
behind
parents
him.
were there? Okay.
Because I did like see them reach up and like touch him on the back a couple of times, like, hey, how's it going type thing.
Oh, I didn't say that.
On the other side, though, those were contest winners for 102.9 The HOG, everything that rocks.
Okay.
They had a contest and they won it. And the only reason I know that is because I downloaded 102.9 The HOG app and listened to it. And the lady who's doing the DJ or whatnot said, man, that show was awesome last night. And if you didn't know who was behind them, it was this woman and her daughter. They won our contest to be on stage. Super awesome. I'm glad they got to do that. And then that woman called back in after the next song, and they had her on the radio and be like, thank you so much for having us on stage. It was an amazing experience, like one we're never going to forget. It was so awesome. Thanks for letting us be on stage and whatnot.
Would you go on stage during a band?
I
and have
know
thousands of people look at you.
Like Disturbed used to always do that with like their hero or their fighter of the show or some shit.
I don't think I could do that. It's definitely not the Disturbed thing where like
no, it's like
they had to talk and they had to like give their letter or like,
and then they do the light and they sit there and. But it would be fun, but I don't think I would do that. I mean, I'd go stand on the side of the stage or some shit, but I'm not gonna go like sit on stage and let you serenade me with the song type shit.
Yeah.
But that acoustic set was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Lifetime was one song I really loved that song off the Explosion album, and after seeing them with Disturbed, I was like, they're done. They're not playing that song live again. That tour's over, especially with this new album coming out. Yeah. They're gonna have a new ballad they're gonna play instead of that
song
one.
That's like, I had you, or I should have had you.
You weren't the one that was supposed to leave me or some shit.
I should have had you for a lifetime.
Yeah.
That song always makes me cry. Even like I stopped myself from crying this time, but it always makes me
very emotional. Cry. You just have to like think of a person or an animal or something, and boom.
Most of the time it's an animal.
Yeah. And it's like, shit, fuck. No, I'm not gonna do this. But I love that song. I really do. And I was disappointed after seeing them on tour with Disturbed. Like, fuck. They got a new album coming out. They're gonna have a new ballad. You can't do all of them, so that one's getting nixed for the new one. But no, it was in the set again, so I was super excited for that. And then, of course, they ended with Riot. Like, they're going to end with Riot.
Yeah.
Other memorable moments. I don't know. It was just a fun show, a fun set. Yeah. I really liked it. I was shocked that it went on for so long.
Me too. Like, I mean, it just kept, because we went to see Ricky Reckman the night before, like a spoken word thing, and that didn't get over till 11 o'clock. And then this one didn't get over till 11 o'clock. And I'm just like, I'm too old for this shit. It was a long night.
I wasn't expecting that. Honestly, they did the acoustic set, and I expected 1 to 2 more songs.
Yeah. And then Riot.
The fake encore, and then Riot.
Yeah.
Thing. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
With no true encore. It was we play Riot and we're fucking done.
Yeah,
you hate that. I used to hate it, but I think because you hate it so much, I now enjoy it because I know how much it pisses you off. So I'm like, ha 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 ha. You have to sit here and go through the fake Riot. It's so stupid, but you can't get over that. I don't know. To me, it's funny to me to see how angry you get about that bullshit encore thing.
Yeah, just play your songs.
In any case,
it was a good show. It was a really good show.
It really was. Now, given that it was 2 hours long, does that change your mind on the $114 ticket price?
I mean, 75 would have been fine.
I think 75 is a good sweet spot for this. Tickets were fucking expensive. Very, very expensive. We are, though, seeing 3 Days Grace tomorrow as of this recording. They're going to be at Allstate Arena.
Yeah.
And we paid a grand total of $0 for those tickets.
We did. I don't know how this happened, but
no fucking clue what the fuck's going on here at all. We were on the train back home from Milwaukee. So we took the train up the night before to go see Ricky Ratman. When we got to the hotel, actually, we didn't say this. 3 Days Grace and I Prevail. We're just sitting in the lobby.
Yeah. Oh, standing in the lobby. But yes, they're in the lobby. Yes.
Just huddle around each other, hanging out, chatting and whatnot. We drop our bags off in our room. We come back down. They're starting to walk off. We assumed to go get dinner or some shit. But they were at the Hilton downtown hotel that we always stay at, or we try to always stay at. They've remodeled it and prices are going fucking through the roof. So that's not going to be our go-to spot anymore. But we've seen so many bands in that hotel.
Yeah. A lot of bands stay there. And during Milwaukee Metal Fest, the first couple of years, they stayed there and stuff like that. Last year, I don't think they did, but
I think maybe not, because it was half under construction.
It was, yeah. And I think might be why the price is so high, because I think the construction is still happening, but I don't know. It's expensive to stay there.
We did not say hi or anything to them. We should have said something, but we didn't. We always say that, and we always chicken out when we get to it. I don't want to bother people when they're out and about in the public.
I don't want to bother them. It's their day off. Like, I don't want to bother people. So.
And I only noticed them because of the guitarist for
that's what you said,
3 Days Grace. I don't know his name, but he's got that really big long beard that's like half white in the middle, and I just saw him without his baseball hat on, just a normal hair and whatnot and long ass beard. Anywho, saw them, but the story was we were coming home on the train as well, and I'm just sitting there scrolling through email, and I had an email from Live Nation All Access. And it said, get your free tickets to 3 Days Grace at Allstate Arena. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I click on it. It takes me there. I like the Ticketmaster app. I hit unlock. And here's all these sections all over the venue. And it says, grab your tickets. Put your name, your address, and your phone number in and hit continue. So I put it all in there. And right before I hit continue, I'm like, do I trust this email? This seems very fishy. There's no way I'm getting free tickets to a concert. So I went to the Live Nation app, and they have an all access tab. So I clicked on that, and they said, you have one offer. So I clicked on that. Took me to 3 Days Grace. Sure enough, I could get free tickets. I wonder, I'll look later. But I looked yesterday, and they still had tickets. So I'll look later if they still have tickets for this. Yeah. We ended up getting section 111.
Yeah, very close to the stage.
For free, for no price. Yeah. So really, we're getting 2 concerts for $117, $114 and whatnot. So brings our average down to like $50 a ticket. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And we probably won't stay for the whole show on Monday, but
yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I do at least want to stay through the acoustic part possibly, and then maybe 1 or 2 songs and then bounce. Yeah. I guess we know what they're gonna play. They're gonna play Here Without You or a different cover song. I Am Machine. Maybe we stay till Mayday then, before Painkiller, Never Too Late, and Riot.
Yeah, we'll see.
Bounce. But we'll see how far we make it. But that was really cool. I did not know.
I didn't know that Live Nation would give away free shit at all. So
the only thing I can think of is somehow they're tied into that venue and they get revenue from concessions.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah. But we'll have to look for that access thing more often to see if we get free shows.
Yeah. All in all, I'm glad we got to go back to Milwaukee. This was a really fun show. I've honestly been looking forward to the show for a long time. The price tag for $114 when we bought that, I was very sticker shocked, and I was like, I don't know if we want to buy these tickets or not. The floor did sell out, but there was still a lot of room on the floor. Yeah. I wish they'd stop doing these half floors, but whatever.
Yeah.
It was fun. I'm glad we got to go to this, and yeah, I don't know. That is our concert report this week. 102.9 The HOG, everything that rocks. Moving on to the next shows coming up with our concert calendar. And this first one, not really a live show, but on this coming weekend. So when this is posted, the next day on Friday the 13th, and I think throughout the weekend across the U.S., at independent record stores, Lamb of God is doing a listening party where you can go to these record stores and listen to the album. And I'm assuming some will probably have like door prizes and some shit. So. Yeah. We might go try to check this out on Friday the 13th. That'd be a lot of fun.
I think we're going to try. Yeah. So it depends on what your city is, or local area is, but it's 140.
140.
140 venues or independent record stores. Sorry, not venues, across the U.S. So every single state has at least one.
I don't think that's true, or is it?
I thought it was.
I thought I looked in Iowa. Oh, maybe I did look in Iowa, and it's just not Iowa City. No, not every. Iowa has no participating locations.
Oh.
So not every state will do it, but there's a lot out there. There's a website you can go to. I think it's just like listeningparties.info/oblivion.com. And then on there, you can search for your city that you want, and then they'll have some listed.
Okay. I apologize. I thought that I saw an article that said that every state had at least one.
All right, next show. Or next tour or show or whatnot, whatever the fuck it's called. It's a residency. Metallica has added more shows to the Sphere. At time of this recording, again, Sunday, March 8th, there are 24 total shows which is actually 12 weekends.
Yeah.
It's really weird how they're doing this math. I get it. You are correct. It is 24 unique shows, but the whole thing is packaged as one experience, one weekend experience. So yes, you could go to just one, but really you want to go to both or whatever. Same with the M72. I know people who have gone to just one and not both.
Yeah.
So sure, you can do your counting that way. It's just really weird. To me, it's 12 shows, 12, like, because again, the two are one show, but whatever. They've added up to 24 shows. I'm really, really getting frustrated with Metallica. I love Metallica. They're my favorite band. I'm super excited for the Sphere. I think you can like something and love something and be a part of something, but still can critique and be critical of that thing. Yeah, and Metallica, the way this was managed and released, I think was fucking garbage and shitty.
Yeah, I didn't like how it was released because we kind of jumped on tickets for the weekend that we got, where if we would have waited 2 days, they would have announced a weekend that would have worked better.
Or we waited 24 hours after that, and then there's 3 more dates, and then 2 days after that date, there's another 3 days, and then another 12 hours, there's 14 more. Like, fucking Christ.
Yes.
No, sorry.
That's okay. I was just saying that there was a weekend that would have worked better, but now we have tickets to a weekend that we're going to make work, but it wasn't the best for us. And if you would have announced all the dates at once, we could have planned a little bit better.
Yes.
And not jumped on tickets right away. And it's not because of high demand. They had all these dates already picked in my mind.
I agree with that. And like when the first grouping of new dates were added, they're like, oh my God, we're so amazed and shocked by how much demand there is for this. Like, bullshit. There's no fucking way anybody who was running this is shocked about the demand. And if somebody who was running this is shocked about the demand, they should not be in that position to be making these decisions. They're a fucking moron. Like,
and I know people bought secondary tickets because obviously people bought first ticket. I only know this because of Facebook, but they jumped on secondary tickets because they didn't make the first tickets, and now they have all these weekends announced. And it's like you just paid a shit ton of money to go the secondary market route, and I don't know. It's shitty how they're doing it.
It's all to build FOMO, to build the hype, to make you want to jump on the tickets as soon as you can. I have not looked recently since we bought tickets, or I looked the next day to see what tickets were going for.
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious now if I can log in to like Vibe and see if they have packages available
for like
pretty easily.
March dates or something.
Yeah. But whatever. The dates are all over the place. There's a handful in October. I think there's at least one in November. And then jumping into like January next year, there's a weekend. There's a couple weekends in February and a couple weekends in March next year as well. Yeah. I'll probably check out later to see if I can get access to one of these travel packages easily now.
Yeah, without the whole wait and like, oh, we got to jump on this now because what if tickets aren't available anymore? So, and we had the discussion before we bought tickets, and this might be in our whole ticket buying episode. I can't remember. Because I think when we recorded that, they had announced 6 more dates at that point.
Oh, okay.
But we had discussed like, oh, do we just wait until Monday or, do we wait and not jump on this travel package? And we were like, I was like, well, you're in now. Like, just buy it now. And I hate that feeling of, it's the unknown sort of thing. So.
So this is awesome. We got tickets. I'm super excited to go.
Oh no, I'm excited to go too.
How it was managed is just fucking. It was a joke. It really was a joke. This could have been managed much better.
Yeah.
Moving along to our next show. Again, this is going to be published on Thursday, whenever it is. So the very next day kicks off Shamrock Slaughter Fest in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I did not know this was a thing. It's over St. Paddy's Day, sort of the celebration here in Chicago happens that weekend. But this is clearly to celebrate that. Your headliners for this, though, are Sanjukasabog and Incantation for these two festivals. A lot of bands are out there on this 2-day festival thing. If I wasn't busy that day already,
oh, yeah, we're busy that weekend. Yeah, that would be
this
fun.
could have been a fun thing to go check out. We might have to keep that in mind next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool little festival I did not know existed, and Shamrock Slaughter could be a lot of fun next year. After that, we have Kitty with Legacy of Fire tour, 30 years of Kitty. They'll be on tour with Kingdom of Giants and Gore.
Oh, Gore. Yeah. We saw them at Milwaukee Metal Fest, I think.
Did we?
Right? Yeah.
I do not remember that.
Yeah.
But okay. This kicks off June 6th in St. Louis, Missouri, ending June 27th in Montreal, Quebec. Short little 1-month tour, but maybe they'll be around again in the fall or something. Then we have Conjurer on tour with Sadness, Snooze, and Pines.
That sounds like the tour name.
It does.
Sadness. What was it? Sadness, Snooze, and Pains?
Yeah. But no, those are the bands. This doesn't really have a tour name, I don't think. Just like North America Tour or some shit like that. Anywho, this kicks off May 22nd in New York, ending June 7th in Philadelphia, with the Chicago date in there at Sleeping Village.
Oh.
You have not been to that venue yet. This would be a fun little show at that little tiny venue. Little hole in the wall that holds maybe 400 people. Then we have Spirit World with their U.S. tour with Desmadre, Roman Candle, and Doomsday. This kicks off April 28th in San Francisco and runs till May 10th in Orlando. And that's with Desmadre and Doomsday. Then on May 12th in Minneapolis and down to May 23rd in Henderson, Nevada. Those shows are going to be with Roman Candle and Doomsday. I really like Spirit Worlds. This would be a fun show if we can make work.
Especially a headlining show.
Yeah. This next tour, though, I don't think we can make work, but it is Killswitch Engage with their U.S. tour and featuring Machine Head, Iron Reagan, and Havoc.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't think we're going to be able to make this tour work, but we'll be able to see them. I think all of them.
I don't think Machine Head.
Machine Head's at Milwaukee Metal Fest, yeah.
Not this year.
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
Yeah, they're on Saturday.
For real?
Yeah.
Machine Head?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think so. If they're there, that's fucking awesome. Well, how about that? They are there on Saturday. Karen is correct. I did not know that. Fuck. All right. Cool. I would like to see them at a proper tour, not a festival, but that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it's us, at least we'll be able to see Killswitch and Machine Head. So
yeah. This tour though kicks off June 3rd in Detroit at the Fillmore. We've never seen a show there. That'd be a lot of fun, but I don't think we can make that work. Anywho, then it runs down to Louder Than Life, where this is ending off. That is September 17th through the 20th.
But the tour ends June 27th.
Oh, shit, you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
That does end June 27th in California.
Yeah,
and
they're
then
just adding Louder Than Life on there.
We have that long jump, yeah. This would be a really, really fun tour. That's a great fucking lineup. Then we have a festival. Aftershock has announced their lineup. Aftershock runs October 1st through the 4th in Sacramento, California. Another Danny Wimmer festival that we haven't been to yet, but be a lot of fun. This lineup is sort of what the fuck's going on here with sort of...
it's interesting.
I don't want to call it indie, but sort of like emo-y pop punk shit with My Chemical Romance. Tool is going to be there as one of the headliners with Limp Bizkit. Pierce the Veil is going to be there. Not listing off all these, but just a handful of names. Wu-Tang Clan is going to be there. Baby Metal, Sublime, The Used, another one of those pop punk bands in my mind. Slaughter Prevail, Hot Mulligan. My friend is a huge fucking Hot Mulligan fan. I saw them last year. it's not my thing.
Yeah, it's just interesting how this lineup is, how it came together, because it is all over the place. It almost seems to like bring in other crowds, which is cool. Maybe they'll, see something that they like and stick with it. But
honestly giving me a Riot Fest vibe, but leaning more towards metal.
Yeah, more heavy side. Yeah.
But then bringing like how Riot Fest brings in metal, they're doing with like rap and pop punk and shit like that.
Yeah, like a couple bands all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this would be a lot of fun. Definitely not making this one work this year.
No. It's on the list to eventually do, but
I like Danny Wimmer's show. We've only been to one, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed going to Incarceration. Yeah, I would do it. I would do Incarceration again for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but I also want to try his other ones out and see if they're all the same way.
Yeah.
Moving along, we have Terror with their North America tour, and I think last week we also said they were on tour. That was a mistake on my part. They are on tour, but that is as support with Still Suffer. This particular tour is them doing some headlining stuff, and that kicks off, I believe. I could some of those dates of support might be sprinkled in here. I don't know. But in any case, you can see Terror starting April 24th in Denver, Colorado, all the way down to June 6th in Granby, Quebec. Granby, Quebec. And a bunch of shows in between there, including one here in Chicago. Then we have another festival, the Unalive Fest 2026. Because, social media, you can't say murder, so you have to do Unalive, which is a bunch of fucking bullshit. Anywho, this is out in Las Vegas. Looks like it's a 3-day festival, March 20th, 21st, and 22nd, with not a bunch of bands, but like each day there's like 7 bands or so. So very similar to the vibe I get from Decibel sort of tour, a little mini festival each day type thing. And then the last one we have here in North America is Sabaton has released their rescheduled dates.
Yes.
We were going to go to this. I mean, we're talking about 3 Days Grace. We were supposed to see Sabaton the night after that show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons we're going to Milwaukee to see Sabaton, because they were playing the night we took the train up on the 4th. But that whole thing got canceled because of health reasons and whatnot. All the dates have been rescheduled for the fall of this year, starting September 23rd and ending December 12th. They're not in the same order. It looks like they're in mostly the same spots. At least the show in Milwaukee and Chicago are in the same spots that they were. And I think the Des Moines too, because they're playing Valera. Oh no, Vibrant. You're right. So, not in the same order, but go check out what one you have. You probably got an email saying you can get a refund, which I did not expect you to get refunded.
I didn't expect that either. So we did. I mean, I'll just say it. We did get a refund. Well, you put in for a refund. We haven't got it yet for our Milwaukee's tickets, and we ended up getting tickets in Chicago because it kind of just worked out where we can go. So
we wanted to see the Chicago one, but again, because of HOG Fest and the traveling, it wouldn't work. We were happy we got to see them in Milwaukee though.
Yeah.
And the last one we have is just a one-off show up in the UK. It's our only European show announced this week, but that is September 19th. And this is Aaron Steinthrope. Sorry if I fucked up that name, but he's going to be playing My Dying Bride material with Dead Space Chamber music. It's a one-off show. All these one-off shows we've been to in the past, which isn't necessarily a lot, but the one-off shows we go to are a lot of fun. Very unique stuff. You'll see and hear things that you might not ever get to see or hear again. So I'm not familiar with this whole thing, who this band is, this music, who this individual is, but I would love to go see this if we can. It does say he's a Doom vocalist, so I love Doom. This would be a lot of fun. But yeah, if you're in the UK on September 19th, where is this?
Bristol. In
Bristol. This would be a fun one to check out for sure. And like I said, that was the last one we had for announcements this week. Really, really fun main show we saw this week. Great live music and a lot of live music coming out. So get out there, check out some live music, and we'll see you.
Bye.